And when it's time to pop, they a no-show. Yeah, I'm pretty, but I'm loco. The loud got me moving slow-mo.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Nana.E, and I'm back with another video. So, hey, how you doing? I hope everything is good. So for starters, I know it's taken me a long time. Like the last time I uploaded a video was like 3 months ago. So y'all, I told y'all I was gonna get consistent, and you know, now I can focus on my craft a little bit. So here we are. Here we go. I got more content coming. So don't worry, okay? And if you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, how you doing? And you know, don't forget to tell a friend, and share a friend with a friend, and let everybody know, whatever that is. Okay. So yeah, just a quick disclaimer for this video. I will not be identifying the people in any form or way that can actually give up their personal information, and that is for legal purposes, because ain't nobody gonna get a checkup up with me or say that I, you know, messed up their representation, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to show and tell you guys my experience from dealing with raggedy ass roommates. Okay, so anyways, so I have 3 people a part of the story, but my 2 main characters are gonna be named Fake Bougie, because that's what we're gonna give her, because I ain't really like her like that, and BK, because she thought she was gonna have it her way. So that's what we're gonna do. And then the 3rd character, KK, and I'm still cool with the 3rd character from to this day. So shout out to her. Hope everything is doing well with you, boo. I hope you watch this, because look, you was there too. Okay, so boom, no snap, here I am. I'm getting ready to graduate. I'm graduating out of high school, and that was in Kapolei, Hawaii. So I'm, you know, turned up, geek, happy, whatever you want to call it, and just trying to get, you know, that part going. Then it's like, you know, months prior to my graduation for high school, I had to go ahead and, you know, start apartment hunting, because my mom had notified me that she was going to be deploying. So that was already a challenge right there, and I wasn't going to go with nobody not doing it, because I don't have some bad experiences with living with other people. Not even really other people, but just family and stuff. Like, no one really is going to treat you like their child unless it's your parent. So I learned from that. That's another time anyway. So yeah, I graduate, and it's now time for me to go. So I'm physically in my apartment, and I'm young as I don't know what. I was 18 when I was physically able to go ahead and get into my apartment. And I got my apartment while I was 17 with the help of my mom, because she put her name on a lease so I could go ahead and have the place, because that's just how things go legally. So yeah, I'm in my apartment, you know, I'm just super stoked, and you know, I'm telling my family like, hey, I got my place, I'm ready. And I didn't have a car at the time, so y'all, I was just, you know, thugging it out a little bit and going to work, Ubering everywhere, like literally everywhere. You couldn't tell me, there was no place in North Carolina that I was not Ubering to. I didn't care. And I had friends too that had cars, but I just don't like to depend on people, so I just was doing it the way I wanted to do it. So yeah, my family come, they helped me get all my stuff for college. My mom then sent me, you know, a couple bands just to go ahead and get everything going, because she was worried I wasn't gonna have enough. And at that time, I was just getting my first job too, so I was working at Hollister. And if y'all know, Hollister is it's a very interesting place. That's what we're gonna put that as, because I ain't nobody trying to get at me. So yeah, I do my shopping, yada yada. It's time for me to move in a week and a half later after I done got my stuff, right? And I had called my Uber. I'm like, well, I can't really call it, but I had, you know, got my Uber going on the app on my phone. I'm like, hey, this is time, because, you know, I'm a freshman and it was my first time. So I'm super stoked. Like, I'm getting all my stuff. He had a pickup truck, so it was working for me. And, you know, he helped me. He was like, hey, do you need some help? I was like, yes, I do. I definitely do need some help. So he was helping me grab stuff out of my apartment and put it in there. But the way his pickup bed was set up, he had like some stuff back there personally too. So, you know, he allowed me to do what I needed to do, and then, you know, dropped me to my campus. And he was so cool, y'all. And I hope I find that person again when I make it big. I'm definitely gonna bless him, because he didn't have to do that, and he kept allowing me to book him. And then for like after like my second trip, he was just like, the third trip is on him. And I was like, thank you, you know, so cool, because I was young, didn't know nobody, and I'm thousands of miles away from my mom. So, you know, it was just it wasn't easy, and it was just real different. So I'm, you know, bringing all my stuff into the room. I'm seeing everybody with their families. So I'm having a little bit of like, you know, a little bit of emotions, mixed emotions, because my mom wasn't able to physically be a part of that journey for me. So, you know, I'm scared, and my family's texting me like back and forth. Hey, did you get this? Did you get that? Don't forget to do this. Ooh, make sure you check this, spray this, because I come from a family of germaphobes, okay? And I don't know why, I don't know what was going on, but it's just, that's how it is. And that's both sides too, because my dad's side is crazy. I don't know why they're crazy though. But yeah, so I'm moving in, you know, I meet Fake Bougie and KK, and you know, KK, she got you know, like all her stuff, and she's like, hey, I'm gonna be your suite mate on this side, right? And I was like, what side? And she was just like, the left. So I was like, oh, okay, you know. So I'm walking in, I'm just now getting out of this little security spot for my campus, because you gotta get an ID card. So, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, let me just go ahead and grab my stuff. So we're going through the hallway, and that's when I see BK and Fake Bougie again. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So we get in the rooms, everybody's doing their thing on their side, I'm doing the things on my side. Y'all, they had, like, Fake Bougie, she had so many damn people with her. I was already like, because it was no room to move around. It's only, like, the way the dorms are set up at Johnson & Wales University is it's like a common area for like the little suite, and then it's like, you know, and then you have like one room with 2 beds in it, one room with 2 beds in it, shower, and then the latrine on the side. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, cool. You know, they're like, hey, we got the room all the way to the right. Like I said, KK was like, yeah, girl, we on the left. So I'm like, all right, bet. We're setting up, you know, getting our stuff together. They are loud as hell, but I don't care, you know. I'm like, hey, everybody is doing their thing. KK didn't have no family with her either, so me and her was just already like off rip vibing, because I don't know her situation, but she just didn't have nobody with her, and I didn't have nobody with me, and she didn't know my situation. All we knew was that we're in one room together, and we got to make the best of it. So, you know, I was just real happy, you know, to see her. But then your girl was over there trying to play a little bit, because I had already, prior to me coming to my campus, I don't know how I got into this group chat, but I had got in this group chat on GroupMe. If y'all know about that app, it's kind of like, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's a little like group chat app. Everybody uses it at some point. Even sometimes now, some people use it. But it allows you to have like up to 60 to 100 to 200 people up in a chat with you, and everybody gets to do their thing. So I was already in there. We had everybody, okay? Every single body. Alumni, seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. Everybody. And some people that didn't even go to the school was in there too. But that's besides the point. So, you know, I'm talking to everybody, and I had a couple girls that I was real cool with before, you know, I got to the campus. So I was real excited to see them in the flesh. Be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Because I'm, you know, I'm happy, you know? So I'm like, hey, all right, cool. So we all meet up in this the courtyard, which we call the common area too, because it was like 2 buildings, and then like in the middle of the buildings was like the courtyard. So that's where everybody wanted to be at. That's where you show your freshest fits, your kicks, whatever you had going, any events, it was out there. So, you know, we're like, all right, bet, we're gonna meet in the courtyard at like, you know, let's say 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay, cool, let me try to unpack a little bit of my stuff, and then I'm gonna go down. So I'm like, you know, fixing up my hair and shit. I'm like, shit, you know, first impression is the best impression. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, let me get myself together. I come downstairs, I see my friends. I'm like, hey, boo, hey, how you doing? You know, I was real happy. We saw everyone. So off rip, I'm like, hell yeah, this shit finna be fun. This finna be great. You know, let's do every fucking thing that we can. And then I had one friend who was like real crazy, and she used to just have everything going. She used to be like, yo, we finna go here. So I used to be like, shit, that. Like, you know, like I get out of class at 11:45, I'm here, you know, type shit. So anyways, after I go check in with them, we all agreed that we're gonna eat dinner at the cab. And then, you know, and then spread out from there. But for right now, we're gonna go back to our rooms and kind of get, you know, get our stuff situated again. So I go back to my room. And, you know, I see KK again. So I'm like, hey KK, what you doing? You went outside, have you gone to the common area? You know, I'm asking everybody how they gone, you know, anywhere on our campus, because me, I did. I went to the common area. So I'm like, all right, cool. And she was like, nah, you know, I didn't really do too much just yet. And I'm like, all right, cool. And Fake Bougie and BK, they on their side doing whatever they doing, playing music and shit. So going in and out the door. So I was still watching KK do a little bit of her stuff. You know, I gave her my remote to my TV so she could know, like, hey, this is how you do it. I had one of those little VZO smart TVs, so you had to, like, you could get an app and control it better than the little remote, because the remote only had like volume and power on it, because it wasn't one of those TVs that just wanted you to do everything on it, like a remote, like it just, I don't know. But so I was like, hey, you can download the app, here's my little pin for it, and you know, use the TV. I got my Apple TV, I got my Beats Pill if you want to use that too. She was like, oh, thank you, you know. So time passes by, and you know, the girls are doing their thing, KK's gone, so I'm like, okay, maybe she finally got outside, you know, she's having a good time. So I'm like, hey, cool. Then you know, time passes by, I go meet back up with the girls and everybody else that was in the group chat, and we went to the CAF. And y'all, if you ever went to J-Woo, you know, some days the CAF is a hit or miss. And that particular day, for freshmen and welcoming everybody to the city, the food was garbage, okay? So after I had linked with everybody, I just stayed there, you know, just eat a couple fruits and shit. Not that I'm bougie and like, you know, to the point where I can't eat no food, because honey, I eat. So I was like, oh, all right, bet. You know, I went back to my room and, you know, was just writing down stuff, because I knew I was gonna have my first set of classes the next day, and I also needed to have some time to go ahead and get groceries for my room. So I'm like, all right, cool, you know, do my thing. And Fake Bougie and BK come knocking on the door, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, yes, because I don't know, y'all, like, and she was just like, Fake Bougie was like, we're going to the diner in Charlotte at the Epic Center, and that's when the Epic Center used to be lit. She was like, do you want to come? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know what, fuck it, because I ain't eating no food anyway at the CAF, so I was like, fuck it, might as well go. So, you know, we're like walking and having a good time, looking at the city, because y'all, if you've ever been to Charlotte, North Carolina, you know that skyline is to die for. It is beautiful, it is just, it's amazing. And my school was located in the heart of the city, so it made it even better to, you know, maneuver throughout and look at everything. We're next to the NFL stadium, we're next to the baseball stadium, we're next to the fucking NBA for the Hornets, so we were in everything. So, you know, we're walking, we get there, and BK's like, oh yeah, y'all, we need to create a roommate group chat. We need to also go ahead and add each other on social media. So being me, I'm like, shit, I'm down, whatever, cool. So, you know, I'm taking up her info, putting it down, adding everybody. And this was my first strike, okay, with Fake Bougie. So I added her, right? We were enjoying ourselves at the diner, having a good time. I think I had ordered some chicken wings, because knowing me, I'm gonna eat some chicken wings. So I was like, yeah, you know, I you know, we're eating and enjoying ourselves, and I added her, you know, and she added me right then and there. But why, when we get back to the room, the number when somebody follows you decreases when somebody unfollows you? So I was like, let me take a look, because at that time, y'all, like, I'm not really that hip and savvy with social media. So I was like, let me take a look at this real quick. So I looked, and I'm like, damn, I don't see her name no more, like, in my notification either. I was like, damn, okay. So I was like, babe, all right, I'm not gonna cause no scene, because if you follow me, you follow me. Maybe you ain't like shit I had. I don't fucking know. So I was like, okay, cool. Let that go for the strike one, because I'm paying attention to you. Like, what the fuck did I do to you if you wanted to be on my shit so bad? So, anyways, days pass, right? And I'm starting to notice certain little behaviors from Fake Bougie and BK. So it was starting to get to the point where, like, before class, they're out there dancing. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. because I had classes early in the AM. I don't give a damn if you dance, smoke, whatever the fuck you want to do, you're gonna do. Just don't knock on the door and like try to physically wake me up. I don't give a fuck. You can have the music loud as hell. I still don't care. I'm gonna go to sleep. But if you try to physically wake me up, now you're gonna get a nasty little bitch coming out of me, because I don't like to be woken up. So, you know, I'm hearing them doing everything, whatever, cool. And I had my room blacked the fuck out, y'all, because that's how me and KK slept. So, you know, we just kept it cool. So KK's gone because she's culinary, so she's gone in the AM instantly, way before me. They're getting ready. I guess they skipped their culinary classes for the AM and went to their afternoon classes. So it's time for me to get up, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me get up and do something productive, because I didn't have to go to class that day, because my professor had sent out like a notice. So cool. I'm like, all right, let me get up. So I'm getting ready to brush my teeth and get in the shower. Y'all, I went to the common area, and we had like a sink, and then we had, you know, like the mirror and the 3 drawers. It was only about 2 damn drawers over there. I'm looking, they got their shit all in the damn 2 drawers. Like, fuck me and KK. Like, y'all didn't even ask us. So then I'm like, whatever. We're not gonna trip on that in our future. That's nothing anyway, because who the fuck want to put their stuff out there anyway, and it might be attached. So I was like, okay, whatever, cool. Then I'm looking around, y'all. I'm like, this is the sink. I'm looking at the sink like this, like, because toothpaste, hair, and then you know what really blows, like, creeps me out is like when like people be having like that thick coarse hair, but it looked like little beady bees. I don't know if that's the word for it, but like when it looked like little beady bees, and it was all over, okay, all over. I'm gonna stop by here. So I'm like, God, Lee, like, ooh, like, this ain't it. So I'm like, you know what, fuck that. Let me go get my spray. So I went and go get my spray. I'm like, because y'all, if you know me in real life, I am an affidavit, like a whole, I was about to say affidavit. I am a whole candidate for Clorox bleach, okay? Bleach that motherfucker down. So that's what I'm doing. I'm over here spraying that sink down, and trying to get my stuff together. And then I'm like looking at everything. I'm like, oh, okay, bet. Let me still take a look at it. So I was like, all right, it's okay now. So I can put my stuff down. I wipe it and, you know, get everything going. And I clean the mirror down the way it was supposed to be clean, because they had toothpaste on it. So I'm like, maybe they just, you know, maybe they were rushing, because, you know, or maybe they had somewhere to be and they probably was just rushing. I'm like, okay, no trip, because everybody doesn't come from the same walks of life as me. Everybody doesn't clean like I do, and, you know, just everybody's different. So I'm like, all right, cool, like, you know, I ain't nobody mama, so I ain't even gonna be worried about it. So there I go. I'm about to go get in the shower. I turn the light on, go in there. Hair everywhere again. So I'm like, dang, like, with all this hair going everywhere, y'all really couldn't have been just, you like, come on. I was just getting so mad, and it was just grossing me out. So I was like, you know what, hold on. So I get in the you know, like the little roommate group chat that we had, and I was like, somebody left body hair all over in the bathroom. I'm gonna clean it up this time. But y'all, can y'all please not forget, we are ladies, and I just don't want to have no mess in the bathroom, because that's something we all use, with a little heart, and send that off. Boom. The girls was like, hey, I'm sorry. Hey, okay, cool. You know, once you acknowledge something for me, you don't even have to say sorry, but once you acknowledge something for me, I'm good to go, because that means you understood what I said, you heard me. Cool. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm, you know, just getting myself together, start my day, go outside, do what I do. And I had some friends come in with me back to my room. So me and the girls, we're just posted up in my room because I had it cute. And you know, we're doing stuff, and we were like, dang, like, it's a party going on. And we were going at the time to this club called White House. So, you know, we were getting ourselves together, doing what we do. And you know, KK was there. I didn't invite KK because I didn't know if she was into that kind of stuff, and I never want to offend anybody. But I figured like I probably could have asked her, you know, hey, did you want to come with us? But I don't really like to do too much with mixing everybody together because some of my friends have very strong personalities, and some people may not take well to that like I do, and it could just cause a commotion. So I was just, you know, trying to get myself together, and my friends were helping me, you know, put my stuff like together because y'all, high school, I was a straight athlete. So it's sweatpants, sneakers, t-shirts, and jeans. That's it. And my friends were a major help to them. So shout out to y'all who, okay, because they really helped me to come out and, you know, have my girly vibes. So, you know, we're getting ready to go do our things. And I forgot. I think I was getting ready around like 11:30. So, you know, we could go because we show up like a little late. But so, you know, I come back and the weeks go by, you know, and once again, I'm still noticing these behaviors. But not only was the behaviors becoming worse, y'all, like they were getting so out of control to the point where they were leaving tampon wrappers everywhere, tampons out in the open, y'all, like booty hair on the toilet seat, like y'all, it was just getting so bad, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. So, you know, I'm like talking to them, but it just was seeming like over the weeks when I would keep like messaging them like, hey, there's a mess right here, you know, hey, or do y'all need me to grab something when I come back from class? Because I was getting out of classes earlier than them because I wasn't culinary, I was business studies. Culinary at my school, they works, okay? 24/7 like clockwork. They be in there all the time, all day. And I got it, cool. So, you know, I'm just like, all right. You know, I'm asking them over the weeks, I'm like, do we need stuff? Do y'all need me to get some, you know, some cleaning spray, some mopping stuff? Because I had bought a Swiffer. I had everything going. And BK, she had like a little vacuum, a mop on her own side, a broom for her own side. So it just wasn't making any sense to me why it was still a mess. Like, it just wasn't making any sense. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, whatever. Mind my business. They, you know, they acknowledge me. They acknowledging. And you know, it was just getting real crazy because KK and BK was the only ones that was over there acknowledging stuff. Fake Bougie, on the other hand, she wasn't. And that's when they started dinging on me, like, this girl really is out here just making a mess and not identifying the fact that she did it. And the other girls are quick to be like, hey, I left a mess. Like BK, she was a little messy, but she wasn't no outrageous type of girl, you know, that was like, you know, from a dirty background, because I could tell that from when her parents had came, because her mama was on it, okay? Her mama was on it, and so was her daddy. So, you know, I was just like, you know, okay, maybe she's just, you know, she's on her own, so maybe she can be a little lazy with some stuff now that she's not living under her parents' roof. That wasn't the case. This was really how they were, okay? So, Fake Bougie hits in the chat, and she's like, I'm not finna do all of this. I'm not finna be cleaning up none of this. So I'm like, oh. So you're not gonna clean, you're not gonna do nothing, and you're gonna acknowledge that you not gonna clean nothing? Oh, okay. Hold that thought. So y'all, I had like, my mom had sent me like a care package. It had like 130 sticky notes, like little ones, right? Being the type of person I was at the time, I was a little petty, a little childish, and a little bit fucking rude. So I get on the sticky notes. They're like real, them little mini ones. I used to use them to study, to like map out certain stuff in my textbooks to prepare for my class. So I'm over there writing on each one, clean your mess. This is dirty. This is nasty. Straight disgusting. Clean your shit. Get this off of here. Like I put like y'all, I had to be over 50 freaking sticky notes in that little ass bathroom. I put it everywhere, like covering the walls, and then I went ahead and grabbed some more, and I put them in the common room. Cause if y'all gonna bring y'all gonna bring a man up in here, guess what? He gonna know that y'all nasty. He gonna look at all of this, okay? But I had learned that, you know, college dudes, especially freshmen, they don't really be caring about that. They here to hit and run type of thing, okay? But not all. So I'm covering all the walls, everything. KK come in before they do. She's like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, what? She was like, oh my goodness, Nana. I'm like, crickets. Cause I ain't got nothing to say. I took ownership of it. Like I waited until I wanted to see every last one of them because I was so mad. I was so ready. Like when I tell you I was ready, I was like ready to, in my head, put my boxing gloves on and just boom, like, you know, just whatever. So I'm like, you know, I'm just waiting. KK goes in her room. She's sitting there. She was like, leave the door open. I gotta see this. So she leave the door open and fake Bougie comes in first. Just the candidate I wanted to see. She act like she don't see nothing. She walk on through, unlock their side, go in. BK was like, oh my God, what is all of this? What does this even say? Oh my goodness. And I was just like, still smiling, still looking, waiting for a reaction because y'all are dirty. So it was just getting to that point. And I'm like, you know, I go back in there after I done saw them because I was waiting like I'm, you know, somebody mama. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go back in the room. KK laughing. She is laughing. When I say y'all, she was laughing her butt off. She was cracking a fool in there. She said, you are off the chain. So I'm like, okay, whatever. They finally come out and she was like, fake Bougie was like, what is all of this? Why did you even do all of this? With her attitude, right? So I'm like, because you're nasty. And I asked everybody to acknowledge what was going on. And you were the one that told me that you wasn't gonna clean nothing. And you never identify your mess that you make while the other two girls do. So, I'll wait. You know, and she was just like, whatever. So she stormed off back into her side. Attitude going, slippers going, feet ashy, everything. But we not gonna, you know, we don't judge. So I'm like, all right, cool. Do you? I'm gonna do me. But clean that mess. You gonna clean that mess because I'm not gonna clean it. So a week goes by. And, you know, ain't nothing really changed too much with fake Gucci. Okay, BK and KK had their stuff already on zip. Like they did a 360, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, let me get my stuff together because, you know, maybe we could just, you know, rekindle things. So I started inviting them out to the game and stuff if they want to sit with me in my section. Like, not that I had a section at the game, y'all, but you know, like everybody kind of sat with who they knew, even on the bleachers. So I was like, hey, if you want, you can sit with me and my friends and some of the alumni, some of the seniors, because I was cool with everybody for the most part. So they're like, oh, thank you. You know, BK's like, thank you. Yeah, we're going to the game. I'll be there. KK's like, yeah, I'm going with them. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, you know, that was my girl. So I was trying to make sure KK was good to go because I didn't want nobody bullying her, bothering her, none of that. Like, that's not it. So, time passes by and I'm hanging out with my friends, you know, doing their thing. We're having, you know, a little bit of fun. I come back to the room early because everybody else was going to go do like weird stuff with the basketball players and stuff, and I wasn't with that because I'm not chasing no athlete. I don't care for no athlete like that for real, especially not no college. So I was like, yeah, let me go back to my room. So I went back to my room and I look again and it's a mess. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. Cause I done tried, y'all. I had tried to, you know, cordially ask everything. I tried to, even sometimes like at the beginning, I was cleaning up stuff and just letting them know like, hey, you know, you left the mess, but I'm gonna clean it because we're here. Like, I'm not gonna walk by no mess and not clean it. That's dirty, that's nasty, I'm not with that. So I'm like, damn, like it's a whole mess and this time it's worse. Makeup in the sink, freaking dirty brushes and everything just all over the place. And like, you know, sanitary products out on display and everything. And I'm like, yo, whatever. So when BK and Fake Bougie came in, I spazzed. I'm Fake Bougie, straight up. I said, excuse me, I don't know how many times I gotta keep talking to you or talking to anybody up in here about this nasty little mess that y'all keep leaving. I don't understand why you two keep leaving this nasty little mess. Like, I don't understand. So I was like, you could go get the RA. Offer it. Go get the RA. Go get the RA. Like, the RA is the residential advisor. So I'm like, go get the RA, because it's been you know, I'm at this point, my blood is boiling, and I'm just getting real sick of it. I'm getting real tired of dirty ass people. So they go get the RA. The RA was like, ooh, what is going on? And I didn't take the sticky notes down either, y'all. So the RA was like, ooh, what is going on? And I was like, this is what's going on. They dirty. They don't want to clean. I tried every option. I've tried to talk. We have meetings. I still try to talk to them. I ask them what they need. Still nothing. I buy cleaning products. They don't use them. I get a broom. They don't sweep. I get a Swiffer. They don't mop. They leave everything everywhere. I'm sick of the booty hair on the toilet seat, the pee everywhere, the napkins, the bloody tampons, the panties, everything. I'm sick of it. So I was like, yo, like, come on. So they're sitting there, just standing there like crickets, y'all, like this, like, lost. I don't got time for that. What is that gonna do? Say something. So the RA is like, well, did you guys try to work things out after you've identified your problem? Duh. Do you not see me spending my own money trying to buy stuff to help them, to help me, to help each other so we can be clean and live free? Come on. No. So they still sitting there quiet. KK was like, well, my self-defense, Nana could just, Nana could kind of chill. And I feel like her sticky note suggestion that she did out here was just overboard. So I'm looking at KK like, really? That's how you gonna do me, KK? That's how you gonna do me? Okay, noted. So I let it be. Then Fake Bougie was like, I'm not really caring to be here, so can I go? And the RA was like, well, I'm like, exactly my point. So I'm sitting there talking to the RA. I was like, well, you see, if she don't acknowledge it, she don't want to be here, she don't want to fix no problems, she's the problem. Because BK had no problem with acknowledging that she makes a mess, and yes, that she can do better. I acknowledge that I can do better by being nicer and asking them to do stuff. Like, if I make a mess, ask me to clean it. Don't make nobody else clean it. I don't expect nobody else to do that. So I'm like, okay, cool. The RA leaves. He's like, well, I don't have anything for you guys. It is what it is. And yeah, you guys kind of can figure it out, Be nice. So I'm like, whatever. RAs is garbage at my school anyway. So I'm like, whatever, cool. Let him be. The door closes. Days go by. My mom flies into town, y'all. Surprising me. I'm so like, because I'm just so happy to see my mommy. I hadn't seen her in 9 months, so I was just so happy to see my mommy. So my mom's like, hey, we are gonna go, around the city. I want to see how you doing. Take you to get some clothes, stuff like that, because that's just how my mom is. So we're taking me to go get some clothes, and then my mom hits me with I'm also gonna get your car. So I'm like, get a car. And y'all, I had saved up my money because I was working so hard. Like, the whole reason I had started working at Hollister was to pay my rent and to also make sure I could get my car. I had saved up $2,500. And, I was prepared. Like, I was going on Craigslist, Facebook Market, and just like some used auto sales places, trying to see what all I could get getting started. And if I had to do, like a car payment or something, I was prepared to after I had did a down payment. But, so my mom's like, yeah, we're gonna do that. And I was like, okay, cool. This is help for me to, actually go get a physical car today. In the middle of me driving with my mom, Fake Bougie texts me. She said, in response to last week's issue with the cleaning, she said, I'm never gonna clean. I'm never gonna sweep anything. I'm never gonna wipe anything down because you gonna do it. Y'all, I morphed out of my body for a second. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like telling my mom, I'm like, hold on, mommy, I might have to turn around. My mom was like, why? I was like, because I gotta go clean up because I can't do a mess. And knowing that that is on my conscience is not gonna allow me to enjoy the rest of my day. So my mom's like, well, your phone's going off, so I'm gonna text for you. My mom sees the text messages of the girl talking about I'm not gonna clean. So my mom was like, what do you want to say? I said, fuck that, clean the shit. And the girl was like, no, you could come fucking do it. And I was like, if I come near, I'm not gonna react nice. The bitch told me, come on. So I was like, oh. I'm trying to hold my composure because I'm not one of those types of girls that's you know, like ratchet or anything like that. Especially not in front of my mom. But my mom knows my personality. Like, I'm not living a double life, but I just don't like to act that way. But it came out that way. So my mom was like, oh, she telling you that she ain't gonna ever clean and she wants you to come and pull up? We gonna pull up. So my mom was like, turn this car around and you know, let's go, Nana, let's go. So I'm like, oh, bet, I ain't bet. So I'm getting over there. I parked the car into the little campus spot. Boom, boom, boom. Swipe in, go upstairs. Knock on the door. Cause I'm like, let me hold it together. So I'm looking at her, y'all. This girl is dressed in straight. She dressed in straight fighting clothes. Damn near. Okay. She had her hair tied up, pulled up with a little bandana on the front. I guess she thought I was one of those girls that like to grab hair. No, baby, I want that nose. So I'm like, oh, okay. Let me hold it down. So I was like, ooh, because I noticed the whole way she came, the whole demeanor and everything that was coming off of her was just radiating. It's time to beat that ass. So I'm like, all right. I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, step out the room because I'm finna say a couple things and I don't really want you to hear that. My mom's like, nah, because if you know, she was like, nah, I'm not stepping out. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here. I'm your mother. Remember that. And she said, and if you don't beat her ass, I'm gonna beat your ass. I said, oh my God. So in my head, I'm like, God damn, I'm gonna tear her up. So I was like, all right, bet. I put my stuff to the side and I'm like, I was like, so you're not gonna clean? And you gonna tell me that you're not gonna clean it? And you think that I'm not gonna pull up? What you thought I was gonna do? What did you think this was? Who did you think you were dealing with? So I'm like, all right, bet. She starts standing up on the bed, y'all, and I'm on the ground. So I was like, dang, man, I'm finna tear her up because I got the upper advantage already. I'm on the ground, you're on the bed. So I was like, bet. I watched the whole thing in my head. I was like, I'm finna grab her by her ankles, snatch her off that bed, and boom, like just tear her up. So, you know, as I'm starting and I'm getting more heated, I'm like, yo, you can suck my beep and everything like this in between. I'm like, I had no fucks given, okay? So I'm like, golly. All right, so I'm starting to move in closer, and she gonna talk about something. Wait, excuse me? What? Wait. She was like, I don't really want to fight you, okay? I'm like, because in my head, y'all, I'm not no bully. So once somebody identifies that they don't want to fight you, don't keep doing it. You know, I'm not one of those people that's gonna fight you and make you fight me, no, because I know I'm gonna tear her up. So I was like, all right. She's like, I don't want to fight you, and she was just like, my parents would really be angry at me if I got kicked out. I was like, well, mine here, so what's up? Like, I had money to go to where I wanted to go anyway. So what's up? Like, do you want to fight? Like, come on, you know, I still hit it. I said, I'm not gonna tell you no more about cleaning. I'm not gonna talk to you about nothing else. I'm not doing it no more. I don't give a F about none of that. You know, in front of my mom. And my mom's like, all right, just come on, because the girl don't want to fight. She was like, sweetie, just stay away from my daughter. Clean your stuff, please, okay? I don't know you. I'm a grown woman. Just clean your stuff. So the girl's like, yes, ma'am. Because, you know, off rip, I was already waiting for her to say something smart to my mom. Because I was really, and at that point, I was going to tear her up even more. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just wait. So the rest of the day goes, KK and BK come in, and she's looking at the girl all nervous. Like, oh my God, like, you won't believe I'm, like, you know, like, I almost got my butt whooped. And I'm just, you know, trying to get it together. And KK was like, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. But I don't like her. like off rip, I was just like, I don't like that girl. I don't like her. She messy, she dirty, and I don't fuck with it. So I'm like, all right, cool. And the time goes on, y'all, and it was to the point where I was like, bro, because I was about to tear that girl up so bad, they reported me, so I had to get relocated, and they relocated me with someone that I had knew, one of my classmates. So she was real cool. So they had relocated me to a whole new building on the other side of the campus, just to prevent any other issues, because I was about to get into a physical altercation, and that's against my school's policy. So I moved on my stuff. The RAs helped me get all my stuff over there, set it up nice. And I met, my roommates for over there, and it was sweet after that, y'all. Like it was real good. But they used to be so dirty, y'all. So word of advice, when you're going to college, be aware that everybody does not come from the same backgrounds, and do what's best for you. Don't necessarily worry about talking to other people when it comes to what they're doing wrong. Try to work it out and have group meetings and communicate a little bit better, because that's something I wish I could have did a little bit, was one, tear her up, but also just work on my temper. At that time, it was not under control. I was ready to give it to her whenever. So it's just, those are the things that I recommend. And y'all, if y'all want to see what my dorm had looked like, I can find some files and insert some stuff. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and have a great one.
Bye.